Agent sent here. I've got something awesome for you today. But first, hit those like and subscribe buttons to keep up with the action. Today, I am putting you on to fragrances I would recommend to the fellas in my inner circle. These are men with stories, contradictions, chaos, charm. And trust me, the juice I match to their vibe, it hits like a plot twist. Let's get into it. Panos, the Greek god of controlled chaos. Like a Mustang-driving Pomeranian on vodka Red Bulls. He is pure kinetic energy wrapped in Mediterranean charm. He talks like a rock star who's closed out too many late-night sets, with a voice that rumbles way deeper than his chaos suggests. Always dressed to kill in a continental suit and a shirt aggressively unbuttoned, he somehow vapes and smokes at the same time like it's a competitive art form. Panos isn't just a man. You survive him like a wild night in Santorini. The vibe, Mustang-driving Pomeranian on Red Bull. Energy of a street performer, voice of a late-night jazz singer. Button-down danger with one too many buttons open. The fragrance, Dior Fahrenheit Le Parfum. Leather, booze, spice, and warmth, but smoothed out with violet and vanilla. This is chaos in a leather jacket. It opens like a dare and dries down like a seduction. Smells like you just got into trouble and liked it. If Panos were a fragrance, he'd smell like elegance sprinting toward bad decisions. This is that. James, the resonance of refinement. A masterclass in unexpected contrasts. Harlem and the Bronx in his blood. Cambridge and Paris in his polish. He speaks with a voice so deep it makes Barry White sing high notes. Always sharp in a suit with a cigar or a coupe of champagne in hand, he's a stoic storm wrapped in elegance. Quiet, calculated, and magnetic, until that New Yorker rage surfaces, and suddenly you remember exactly where he's from. You won't catch him chasing clout, but his presence shifts the atmosphere in any room. He's the type who could lecture on AI networks, then break down why your bourbon is underwhelming, without ever raising his voice. The vibe, Harlem meets the Sorbonne. Speaks like a philosopher with a felony, calm and composed until the Bronx flares up. Always in a tailored three-piece suit, never off his game. The fragrance, Bentley Intense for men. Boozy, resinous, masculine, but with the patience and depth of a vintage decanter. Think incense, leather, and rum in a candlelit study. It smells like generational wealth with a criminal record. Underrated, unapologetic. This scent doesn't care what you think. It knows it's right. Levi, the Kansas catalyst. Kansas-born chaos with a passport full of dares and zero regard for safety rails. His idea of fun? Turning a treehouse into a launch pad and convincing you to zipline off it just because he can. Spontaneity is his sport, and he's undefeated. With dry wit sharper than a switchblade and a dark sense of humor that sneaks up on you, Levi is the guy your phone's Find My Friend feature was made for. When he's not chasing adrenaline, he's kicking back with mezcal, rum, and enough stories to keep you laughing or slightly concerned for hours. The vibe, contractor by day, daredevil by night. Built your deck, then base jumped off it. Dry wit, deadly instincts, and a mezcal habit that's borderline spiritual. The fragrance, Zoologist Tyrannosaurus Rex. This one's primal. Like fire, fossils, blood, and smoke had a meeting and decided to go feral. It's chaotic, filthy, and magnificent. Like Levi climbing a mountain shirtless just to grill meat at the summit. Not for the faint of heart. Oscar, the maverick Renaissance man. An Army air assault vet who lives like mortality is optional. Tech bro by day. By passion, a polymath who's milked the GI Bill for more master's degrees than some universities have departments. He's the kind of host who turns a quick meal into a 7-course odyssey, and the kind of guy who can discuss cybersecurity, grill a perfect steak, quote Newton, and pair your wine, all while wearing hiking boots. Just don't serve him shellfish unless you're trying to start a war. The vibe: Army vet, multi-degree gourmand, cybersecurity chef. Talks about Nietzsche while prepping duck confit. Mortality? Optional. The fragrance: Orto Parisi Megamare. Oceanic overload, salty, vast, and eternal. It smells like Poseidon decided to major in philosophy and bartend part-time. There's something terrifying and addictive about it. Like Oscar, it's not here to be liked, it's here to be remembered. This is the scent of someone who's been to the edge of the world and came back with recipes. Mike, the dive bar king. Part Irish publican, part New Orleans street poet, with a beard that's seen more stories than scissors. He can read people like cocktail menus, knows someone in every zip code, and connects with strangers like it's his superpower. Loyal to a fault and always ready with a wild story, he's more Jeopardy devotee than Jim Rat. Always talking about his exercise partners though. If bartending had royalty, Mike would be king with Otto from The Simpsons as his court jester and spiritual twin. The vibe: Irish New Orleans soul trapped in a Rhode Island beard. Jeopardy addict, people magnet, knows a gal in every port. May or may not be running underground trivia ring. The fragrance: Nitro Red Intensely by Dumont Paris. Warm, spicy, with a loud sweetness that punches first and introduces itself later. It's charismatic chaos in a bottle. Perfect for a man who never enters a bar without leaving a story behind. Smells like loud laughter, sticky shot glasses, and unsolicited wisdom. Nitro Red is Mike in cologne form. Bold, wild, and somehow everyone's favorite bartender, even when he's off duty, with just the right amount of OGF boy energy. Every man I just mentioned, a character worth writing about. These scents, they're olfactory aliases. You don't just wear fragrance, you weaponize it. So if your crew's got legends like this, drop their bios. I'll match the energy. Agent Scent. Your nose, my mission. Dangerously fragrant.